up, everyone? Welcome back to my top 3 takeaways from this past week in the WNBA. I want to talk about several things today, but most importantly, and what I want to lead off with, Angel Wilson. Angel Wilson has been absolutely phenomenal this season. This is no secret. But what she did against the Seattle Storm this past week, elite. One of one, elite. It is incredible the level that she has been playing at this year. And for the first time in her career, she gets a 20-20 game, 20 points, 20 rebounds. She gets that with 24 points, 20 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 steals, 4 blocks, no turnovers, no fouls. Ridiculous. Mail her MVP now. It's raps. Like, there's no... It would take a miracle for anyone to come close to her in this MVP race. You know, early on in this season, there were some contenders. And now it's just clear to me. It's clear. And that's no disrespect to anyone else that's been hooping in this year. But Angel Wilson has just been in a tier of her own over the course of this season. It's been incredible to watch. Yes, the defense is still there. The offensive game has continued to evolve. Just kind of casually shooting threes now. That's just become a thing. That's new this season. That was not around. And the amount of games, they won several games before Chelsea Gray came back. Just off the strength of we have Angel Wilson and you don't. And now that Chelsea Gray is back, now they're looking more like the dynasty aces. But all of that still ultimately has to do with Asia and the impact that she has on the court. Obviously, Jackie Young also played great in that game, 27 points for her. But still, to me, like, it is just so abundantly clear that Angel Wilson, on a day-to-day basis, is the best player in the world. And they just look so poised to go and do this all again. The Aces do. And it is on the back of Angel Wilson. It is, you almost run out of words to describe it, but the way that she has evolved her game, the way that she operates from the elbow, nasty. It really truly is. Like, it is, she can get you in any way she wants now. And that has not always been the case. She came in the league, obviously a very good player, but not anywhere near the versatile player that we see on the court now. And there's still so many years left of this. Like, this is going to continue to get better. She's done it every season. She's come back better every season. So there's no reason to think that's not going to continue happening. This is years and years we're far from done when it comes to Angel Wilson's likely dominance over this league. It's incredible. It really truly is. I'm always impressed by something new every time I watch Angel Wilson play, and that's a huge testament to her and the fact that she continues to add new things to her game. So I just had to get that off my chest because she deserves all the flowers, and the Aces look very, very good. They beat a very, very good Seattle team, but I also have a takeaway from Seattle. And obviously, yes, they lose this game to Las Vegas, but there's a player on this team that might just be the most important factor in what the Seattle Storm can accomplish this season. And maybe not the most important, but way more important than maybe some had anticipated, including myself initially. And it's not Neko Gumike. It's not Ezzy Magbagor. It's not Skylar Diggins-Smith. It's not Jewel Lloyd. It's a fifth starter, Jordan Horston, who has taken a huge leap this season on the defensive side of the ball. Like, she was a solid defender, that was kind of like what she was coming into the league to be. The offensive game was never a huge factor in what made her such a promising player coming out of college from Tennessee. But the defense, that's where it was. And the build was there, and you could see where it could come from. And that's what she's asked to do. She's not asked to score. She had 20 points in a game semi-recently, which is fantastic. If she can do that, great, obviously. But that's not what you're asking her to do. Those 4 other players I listed, they can handle that. But what Jordan Horston can do on the defensive side of the ball on the perimeter is something that none of the other players on this team can do. And when you're looking at some of the perimeter play that we're seeing across the league, the Aces being one of them, Jordan Horston is going to be a major factor in just how far the Storm can go when it comes to maybe making teams a little bit more one-dimensional on the offensive end. And keep in mind, you're sending them down. If you're not operating the perimeter, you get to operate with Nneka and Ezzy down low. Have fun. Have fun. But I've just been so impressed with what Jordan Horston has done. And like I said, this was always kind of the makeup for what she could be. And I still think there's plenty of room for growth, and I think that growth will continue. But just to see how large of a leap she's taken this year on the defensive side of the ball, and just how active and disruptive she is, and thinking about what that could be and what that could mean for the Storm going into the postseason especially, man. Jordan Horston is just the type of player that might just have you in hell for a game. Just locked down. Like, that is the type of defensive player that can win you games by shutting down a player on the opposing team. I've been so impressed with her. I'm very excited just to see how she continues to evolve. Like, obviously, if the offensive game can start to catch up, that'd be massive for her. But like I said, that's not what you're asking her to do. Just don't stop the ball on offense, and that's fine. You got plenty of scoring on this team, but the defense that she can provide is unique for the Seattle Storm team on the perimeter. Like I said, Ezzy is, has been kind of annually just a defensive player of the year contender. But on the perimeter, what Jordan Horston offers is major. And I've been so incredibly impressed with her, and I'm excited to see by the time we get to the postseason where her growth might even be at that point, because it's kind of crescendo now in how good her defense has been. So I'm interested in seeing how that continues to evolve as she now has obviously moved into the starting lineup over the past couple of weeks, and just given an increased role and getting more comfortable within that, and seeing how that continues to grow. Because right now, this is already a very good defensive player for the Storm. Very, very good. She gets better. We're talking like genuinely one of the better defenders in the entire WNBA. Like that is the trajectory right now. And I don't know if that's this season, I don't know if it's next. I don't know what that timeline looks like, but that's the trajectory right now. And I've been very, very impressed. And speaking of trajectory and looking ahead a little bit, this Rookie of the Year race, you might have heard about it. I just wanted to note, this is still a race. Caitlin and Angel are both been doing fantastic. Fantastic. Like, genuinely. And I think for me, it's very tight. And I think I've seen kind of on both sides, and especially like people just been ready to call the race, at different points, but this is still a race. And I really truly think it's going to go for the entirety of the season at this rate. I think for me, generally speaking, when it comes to awards, you got to have stats and you got to have story. Stats prioritized. But when you got a tight race, story can take you over the hump. And what I mean by that is what is the talking point of your case? And right now, what Angel is doing with this double-double streak is a hell of a talking point. And what she's been able to accomplish with that is incredible. She's actively making history that, think about all the legends that have played in the W, and especially legends that are vying for boards, for the 4s and 5s that have not done what she has done. And that is a hell of a story for people to push her case. And that's a very valid story to push for her case. But on the flip side, what Caitlin is doing, especially statistically, since she kind of got the triple-double and the averages she's been having, it's also been remarkable. So I just want to everyone, I guess the message is just stay open-minded. Stay open-minded about it, because this race is far from over. And you should enjoy this. This is the closest we've actually had to a race since 2019 with Arike and Nafisa Collier. So enjoy this. This doesn't happen often in the WNBA with just the way that rookies are and the rosters are. Like, this doesn't happen. So stop trying to call it early and enjoy what we're witnessing. And part of what we're about to enjoy is seeing these two play together on the All-Star team, I know I saw Angel already talking about wanting to be an Olympian with Caitlyn one day. Like, these two are going to be forever connected. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. We're seeing history across the board, and you can enjoy both and have honest conversation about both. So let's have that. Let's do that, and I will see you guys next time.